Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Fata Morgana playthrough. Today we're going to be looking into more of everything that is going on surrounding the existence of this new unusual maid that has come to the mansion, and we're also going to be looking at everything that is going to go on with Mel and Nelly. I don't know if anything is going to change today or if there's going to be anything dark that's introduced. Obviously, there is going to be something at some point, but yeah, I wonder when it's going to be. I'm quite excited for today. I don't really know what to expect, if I'm going to be honest, so yeah, let's get reading. So let's just get some context. Oh my god, this is hilarious. This was so awkward. I mean, it was nice that she obviously had an impression of his kindness, but it's interesting this, and I think that may be a little hint to her character. There are a lot of hints that explain the white-haired girl as being somebody who is really quite damaged. Oh god, he was being late. Ooh, I mean, he's his favourite pupil. If he wasn't, I don't want to know what would happen to him. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, be punctual so that... No, it's as if him being punctual is as unusual as there being a whole month without rain. If he's punctual, the next month's not going to have any rain. I like that. Yeah. Do have mercy. Lots of people will be pissed off if you don't. Yeah, fair enough. Oh my god, imagine if the talk with the white-haired girl was the thing that made him late. You know somebody is hopeless when they literally spill their secret like that. Fair enough. I like that. Agreed. I mean, obviously people might prefer it because it would be easier to open up with somebody like this, but at the same time it must make life harder, especially if you're trying to hide something. I mean, obviously Mel doesn't really give me the impression that a dishonest person would give, but still, if you ever are in a situation like that, it would be really bad to have a trait like this. Jesus Christ. What a dickhead-like joke. I mean, I'm sorry, but I used to get people saying that to me when I was bullied in lower school. Like, things that were really similar to comments like that. Fuck off. Yeah, fair enough. So there's nothing wrong with it now, but it's a habit you want to get out of. I totally agree. He really, really does torment Mel. No way, it's a new sex partner. Nah, just kidding. Yeah, totally. Oh, I think that's hilarious. He was so entranced by the white-haired girl that he literally missed getting to class on time, and he was late as a result. a bit more than that. Well, like the priest said, Mel's entire expressions are showing on his face, so I wonder. Oh yeah, good question. He doesn't know. Yeah, you would have thought that would be the first thing they'd introduce about themselves, but it's not. And if anything, she didn't exactly look like she was coming with a family. If anything, she came right in the thunder and the really bad conditions. And she didn't exactly look the most graceful when she came in. I mean, the cracked fingertips from the malnourishment and the pale nails especially. I mean, fucking hell. And also the hair. And the bruised lip as well. There's so many visual signs of the fact that her life is not good. Yeah, totally, yeah. I wonder why he can't ask his mum. At least he's honest. Sure. Well, I don't understand what they were going to do. Because she could be from a really bad family. But if you are genuinely interested in her, of course, you need to know where these people come from, because especially in times like these, and also especially because of the fact that these are rich families, they could have anybody betraying them. And the thing is, people who betray rich families, they are usually very, very good at what they do. So, yeah. Yeah, totally. I like how that's put. He needs to ask where she is from, which family. I think it does. Actually, I mean, obviously the family you are being from doesn't entirely determine everything about a person, but sometimes it may determine intentions. I don't know, I mean, somebody coming from a dodgy family doesn't necessarily mean they are dodgy themselves, but at the same time, in some cases, I feel like it could be a bad indication. I don't know, though. Or maybe it could be the case that she's in a family who has had really bad history with these people. But why would they hire them for a maid then? That's ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, even if the family did have bad intentions... Well, no. There could be a lot of families that could deceive, but he wouldn't be to know that. I don't actually know if asking about which family she comes from is something that's the most important, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, from a modern day standpoint. But let's be honest, these people... I don't know what Mel thinks about the whole wealth and class debate, but there's probably real balances between upper and middle class, for example. And yeah, it's probably just a good idea. What if she has no family? I mean, she has no father. Yeah, you just want to know about somebody for the sake of it. And you can't really say you're in love when you've only talked to her once. It's ridiculous. It's fancying somebody, but it's not love. Oh, don't. Don't be so close-minded. But yeah. I mean, of course you can fall in love. Anybody can. Let's be honest here. Well, and I mean, maybe if you're really deranged or something, you can't. But yeah, he's not. I think he can. But he's being realistic when he thinks, I hardly even know her. You do not. Is that the same guy? Yeah. Oh god, that's awful. Yeah. Yeah, he's probably losing weight quickly. He's probably living a really awful life. And he might die of starvation. Yeah, totally. Yeah, you could literally save a life. And he sounds totally desperate as well. Yeah, this is all he has, but it could change this guy's life. Who knows? So I'd assume that this talk, so he's probably had a lesson of class with the priest, and then this is the talk after. Yeah, that's what I think. I know, it's properly brutal. And he has it well, let's be honest here. Yeah, that is the way of the world. Oh yeah, fair enough. What is an awning? Never heard of that before. Oh, right. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a little sheet or canvas or other material stretched on a frame and used to keep the sun or rain off of a building. Okay, I can kind of imagine that, yeah. That's fair enough. Yeah, totally. Yeah. And it is ironic, even though there is brutality in such various, well, in various aspects, and yet, and also the fact that The amount of people who are poor and suffering and in extreme poverty just totally outnumber the amount of people who are rich and well off, or just average in terms of how much money they have and can make a living for themselves. Yeah, it's still a big problem. It won't exactly be getting better for quite a long time. Yeah, there's such a divide, so many disparities within even a single town. What? Why? Is she really spoiled? Okay, Jesus Christ. And she has personal servants. That is ridiculous. Oh god, she's being a proper asshole. To be fair, her room does look really unusual. I like her bed especially. God, you can tell this person is very, very rich. God, how weird. God, she's so specific. Why doesn't she do it by herself? Oh god, this is the worst. Total waste of manpower. Dude, just cope with what you have. It is so much better than anything that like 99% of the population have. You're living like the royal family are, and I'm not even joking. Yeah, totally. Wait, is vexing kind of like amusing? Oh, right, okay. Never mind. I was thinking just amusing. It's just simply, it's just another way of saying causing frustration. Anger inducing. But, yeah, I thought they wouldn't show it if they were laughing at how pathetic this person was being. I mean, let's be honest, Nelly is being really, really spoiled. But that's the thing. I mean, these people are rich as fuck. They have command. These servants would be fired. It's their job to listen to the spoiled girl's demands. Like, seriously. Oh, yeah, totally. Didn't realise that. That's interesting. And people like this, they inspired change, thinking nothing is ever good enough and we are going to make the world better so that it is good enough. Spoiler, it won't be good enough. Yeah, fair enough. Just totally living in the luxuries of her generation. Yeah. I suppose it was just a generational thing to accept stuff like this. And even if it wasn't generational, normal generationally, these people were, it's their job, they're bound by, I don't know, their contract to do this. They have to. Okay. Yeah, no, I know. I didn't really expect this. I thought that, I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I suppose we can kind of see traits of this. A good example being in the ball when she was just not even wanting to know any of the aristocrats, not wanting to put others first, always putting herself first. But I never would have thought she would have been this spoiled. I totally agree, yeah. Well, what are you gonna fucking replace it with? Get used to it. Well, yeah, but they can do it, but should they? They probably have enough money for anything, but still. God, and to think, she's just thinking, why can't you be more like your brother? Oh, I know, that must be a nightmare. I feel bad for her for having to conform to this person's desires. Oh, I feel bad. She'd get penalised for not doing anything, so it's a bit tricky. It's awful. Understandable, but hopefully she'll become more and more helpful as time progresses. Oh, let me guess, she's going to be sent back by Nelly herself. Yeah, what does she want? Imagine if she's jealous of this person because of the attention that Mel gave her. So all of the other ones who were asked to order to get furniture, they left. She is on her own now, and she's going to be held up in a mansion that she doesn't know her way around in. Oh god, this all seems like disaster. Oh god, I feel bad for her. She looks quite provoked. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. Interesting. God damn. She's still being spoiled, even if it doesn't look like she's being as spoiled as she was before. I mean, sometimes no means no, surely. I mean, I understand her mindset, but I don't know. She's very complicated. Interesting. Fair enough. I mean, you are a member of the family, and this person is going to be in your house. So, of course, you have a right to know where they came from. Oh. Yeah, fair enough. Damn. She seems really quite as if she's in pain. Well, her English is literally native level. Was it an English-speaking country? Jesus Christ, she's so... Well, she's prying. She really, really is. And it must be awful for the white-haired girl. I mean, just meeting somebody and then having to forcefully tell your entire life story to them. Yeah, God, it's really intimidating. How did they know of her? God. Isn't that interesting? Wherever she comes from, it's either revealing... I think Nellie's going to see through this, can I just mention? Knew it. Yeah. I don't underestimate her, it seems like. Fucking hell. How spoiled can you be? Or just, not really spoiled, but egotistical. Why is it confidential though? And if anything, I just find it really unusual to believe that the family have ties with somebody who's foreign. And I mean, she's clearly somebody who's accepted, judging by the fact that she hasn't been kicked out. And I mean, this is the rich person's house. You couldn't just have anybody doing an important position like being a servant. I mean, let's be honest, they're rich, so they probably have a lot of people who would benefit from their deaths, let's just say. They've got to be careful. And especially in times like these, it would be... I feel like times like these would be a lot more lawless than they are today. That's not to say today isn't lawless, it's just I kind of get that impression with older times. I don't know why this is satisfying, but just to move my mouse and get it in the middle of each of the sides that are kind of separated by these black lines. Oh my fucking god, I should just die. Isn't that interesting? So she wants to potentially trade maids so that white-haired girl is Nellie's maid. Why would you trade it for a maid who you don't even know anything about? Also, interesting that we haven't seen in the present day the white-haired girl. I find that quite interesting and surprising. Yeah, it's actually really quite surprising that she wants to trade mates. So she's doing this because, yeah, she's just doing this as a means of protesting because of the fact that she couldn't get her way, basically. A means of protesting for the lack of information that has been told. And it's totally reasonable what she's thinking. I mean, I'm sorry, but somebody new has been added to your house. Why can't you know anything about them? I mean, what if there's some sort of secret mafia boss or something ridiculous like that? I don't know, just somebody really dodgy. I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I feel like knowing the truth wouldn't do anybody any good, but it's just something you want to know for the sake of knowing. And I can see that. Yeah, I like what she does there. Can I just mention, she seems very honest. You could have easily lied. And if you have something that you want to hide as badly as this person, as badly as it looks like this person wants to, then why are you not lying? But then again, I suppose everybody's different. Maybe she's not a type to lie. Oh, shit. Oh, this is going to be interesting when Mel's in the picture. I love that she firstly has paintings that have been specifically made for her in her room. I love that she has multiple paintings. Jesus Christ. Well, she's dead now. But at least she was smothered with riches in her life, I suppose. Or at least I think she's dead now. I mean, after all, why is Rose Manor deserted? Why was it deserted when we woke up, even? God, so it's been in her room ever since she's 4. Isn't it interesting that she did all of this as well, so that she could get a chat with the white-haired girl? Oh my god, we're going to get an indication of the painting. Unusual way of portraying it. I must say, I don't think it looks very beautiful in the visual novel art style, but I can imagine how. I'm just kind of using that as a template for imagining a really beautiful picture. Ah, yeah. Isn't that ironic? Originally, she said she wasn't going to get phased by her desire to change the subject, but in the end she did, which is quite funny. Fair. Fair enough. Yeah, I see that. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's interesting, yeah. I like that analogy, actually. Yeah, I like that. If anything, I mean, a painting takes ages. It takes days to produce unless you are absolutely insane at what you do. Or if you're just doing it 24 hours straight. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is, I suppose, for this to be something that was able to be painted with honesty, because let's be honest, when it was saying that, you know, the paintings depict their subjects bare, it doesn't necessarily have to be the truth. After all, the depiction of the subjects is entirely within the intentions of the artist. I mean, for example, here, the artist is getting paid a fuck ton, so obviously he would portray them in a positive light. If it was just something that the artist was wanting to do himself, then maybe it would be portrayed in a negative light. The portrayal entirely depends on the feelings of the artist, really. But yeah, what I was also trying to say is that I suppose in order to make a painting, you need to. It's not just a continuous moment. I suppose it shows that throughout the entire time the painting was painted, they had such a good relationship that it was deserving of. Like, let's say if somebody's happy and then, I don't know, what's a good example? They're happy and then, I don't know, they're suicidal the next month. If you made a painting that spanned throughout that entire month, you could still finish a painting of him being happy, but it wouldn't be an accurate representation of what that person truly is like. I suppose because of the fact that throughout the duration of the time this painting was painted, this was how their relation was, it shows that it's longer than just a single moment. And maybe that's what they're trying to get through when it says they reveal both the past and present. Because I suppose the past could be, I mean, obviously when the painting begins, obviously that's the present, but then obviously when the painting is more in production, the present, well, when they began painting becomes the past. And then if it's a project that will take days, of course, that beginning of said project would be in the past. So I suppose if the painting is truthful in the past and present, then they reveal both of it. Anyway, I should shut up. I've been talking way too much. I totally agree, yeah. Piss off. That's sweet. She's clearly not a bad person. Yeah, I can imagine. Maybe she was an only child. Yeah. Well, if Mel was not his brother, if Mel was not her brother, he would definitely be a lover. Let's be honest here. Yeah, exactly. He spent so... Well, I mean, I suppose money does matter for the sake of a commitment that he would have put into it, but also he did it for her. It was something that he thought of for her. Yeah, it must have been so expensive. And he's a regular customer, which I'm surprised about. I mean, and then he says he has no girlfriends. And he's a regular customer at the jewellery shop. I mean, how? How is that even possible? That is proper dedication. Yeah, I totally see that. It's going to be interesting to see about what she thinks. I wonder what the White girls would think of that. Yeah, because nobody knows how kind he is. Nobody's been able to see it. Yeah, totally. Totally, yeah. But that was not because of what she would think. Being a bit vague. Oh, yeah. I suppose you've got to be professional. Yeah, I see that. Dude, why would you tell somebody this? I mean, sure, it's obvious that she doesn't want Mel to be taken advantage of, but at the same time, if you tell somebody this and it gets in the wrong hands, then who are they going to go to if they want some manipulation to happen? Him. I mean, obviously she's doing this with the best of intents, but still, don't do this. Yeah, I feel bad. She's probably really quite uncomfortable at the moment. How the fuck is she able to tell that? What if you do? Yeah, seriously. She's being really possessive of Mel. It's genuinely quite impressive how possessive. It's impressive how possessive. That sounds so weird to say. But anyway, yeah, you get what I mean. It is very impressive how that's possible. Oh my god, I feel bad for her. She must just think, oh, relief. Nothing is here. And then you realise that she has not forgotten. Nothing is here that I have to be provoked when talking about. Oh, what's the interrupt going to be now? Yep, this. Oh, damn. She's always saved. Oh. Yeah, I thought it was a bit too easy. What does a Florentine stitch look like? Oh my god, that's weird. Look at this. That's really unusual. That's so good. Yeah, I recognise it. Yeah, oh yeah, totally. Oh, I think it's hilarious just what she is doing. Because she did all of it. She literally redecorated her entire room just so that she could get a little bit of conversation with the white-haired girl. And here's the ironic part. You know barely anything about her. It was all for nothing. You didn't even get to find out what you were originally trying to learn, i.e. where she's from. It's all building up to that point. Where is this girl from? I don't know, I kind of get that impression. Or it could just be how ridiculous this situation is. Yeah, to be fair, just constantly inside a building. My god, this is predicting 21st century modern generation. No way. Exactly. Yeah, actually quite a reasonable question if you think about it like that. Oh my god, yeah, I remember that talk about personal space. God, a member of the family becoming a servant, that would be a bit ridiculous. But yeah, I just find it really interesting that what she does is, because of the fact that she has authority over all of these people and they can't really say no to her, if she wants something, she will get it, no matter how many people it inconveniences. I mean, these maids, they are, I don't know, I don't want to stereotype, that's a bit ridiculous, but I suppose the men servants, they would be more cut out for these things. They would probably be physically stronger, they would be, I don't know, just more used to tasks like these than the maidservants would be. And yet you were still making the maids do it. You're inconveniencing them with jobs that other people would be more efficient doing. So you're making other people's lives harder just so that your room can be decorated. And also with like making other people's lives harder just so that she can have an excuse to see the maid. I mean, it's just a bit awful in a way how much she just thinks the world totally revolves around her. She must be a really difficult kid to put up with. Oh my, oh yeah, don't. Yeah, of course. Don't make him be discouraged. Oh my god, that's the worst feeling. She actually said it, I'm surprised. She probably didn't like the awkwardness. He's just gonna have to try harder. They have. Oh yeah. I like that. The lie crumbles. I love how obvious this is a lie. Oh my god, was she listening to all of that? Why are her origins such a secret? Why does she say that? Oh, it's odd considering that oh yeah. He's totally trying to have feelings for this person. Interesting. So whichever reason she has come to this house, the maids, because they let her in, they're probably in on it as well. But it feels very odd because communication, especially overseas, must have been so hard. I really don't understand how something was able to be communicated if they are plotting something. But it's clearly just maybe make your move. I don't get why she doesn't have much time. That's unusual, but the master is not around, so obviously he would be the next My assumption is that indicates marriage. Marry him so that you get to live in this house and you get security rather than a brutal life. I just think it's so ironic how obvious he is lying. And how does the painting relate to all of this as well? I wonder. Isn't that interesting? You know that there's no interest. Well, it's not necessarily no interest, it's just the fact that somebody like her doesn't feel as if she can go for somebody as kind and honest as him, because she did recognise the fact that he was kind. So yeah, it is unusual. He's still, his eyes are still continuing to wander. What are her true intents? Is there some sort of massive conspiracy going on, like genuinely? I really do wonder. Yeah, no, I don't blame him. It's probably a really quite new experience for him. A lot of feelings. A lot of different feelings as well. Fair enough. Unfortunately, that's very, very true. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Oh yeah, I wonder if the person that is in this story is tempted to say yes to this. Where are we at the moment? Looks like we're just outside. I don't know what this is meant to be. Looks like the walls of a building. Yeah, my god, I feel bad for him. He's properly asphyxiated? Absorbed. Yeah, let's say absorbed by feelings, and he can't stop. He's developing feelings, but at the same time, obviously, it's interesting to an outside perspective. It's really obvious what he's feeling, but to him, it's not at all. He just needs to totally sort his emotions out, because let's be honest, at a time like this, you were very emotionally challenged. Yeah, but you can just totally see how much effort he is putting through from this. Yeah, just because of the fact that he knows how said thing feels. Yeah, this is just confused for why. I mean, obviously, we can totally see, even from the beginning, she thought that she did not deserve love from somebody as kind as him, and yet at the same time, he is continuing. I remember her being so self-conscious about her looks. It really seems like this person knows how to self-deprecate, let's be honest here. So obviously it feels really quite irregular for love to be something that another person feels for somebody like her. God, yeah. Yeah, because you don't know how the feeling works, so obviously it's new and you can't contain yourself. It is interesting with things like these, because a lot of the times people describe it with just, well, a common phrase, you can't put it into words, it's just very instinctive how you feel. It's just interesting that you feel this the first time, but when you've actually experienced it, I'm sure it's probably a lot less like this. Probably burns like a wildfire a lot less. But you can never know. Maybe it won't. Depends on the person. This is one of those annoying answers where I can only say it depends on the situation. I do wonder though. I do wonder how love actually changes you scientifically, how it actually changes your way of thinking and your brain. It's indicative of the fact that the master is familiar with love. That's interesting. Oh my god, where are they, dude? Where are they? No way, you spent all this time watching her? In the dark? She's reading, that's interesting. Obviously indicates somebody who is upper class. Oh my god. Oh my god, what is he doing? Asshole. This is the worst thing about a relationship like this. To what extent does she actually have the capability of saying no? But obviously I hope that, well, I mean, if I'm going to be honest, he doesn't care about the fact that she's a servant. I don't think he's not the type of person to abuse his authority. But let's be honest, if he was, he could totally force a relationship like this to happen, even if the servant didn't want it whatsoever. Oh god. Desperation. Permission to read? It's ridiculous. Oh, I see. It's their books. That's why. Hang on a second. Oh my god. Wait. I really do wonder. I remember her name ending in ELL. Could you imagine if she's a member of these people's family? Yes, we're not going to get it here, but I really do wonder. But obviously it would feel a bit odd considering the differences visually. Well, maybe somebody could have been a bit of an adulterer. Who knows? Well, why are they still in the family if they're an adulterer? Surely. Or it could have been before she married the father that they are now. Okay, explain the age gap. Why are they the same age then? And I suppose why does Mel have no known memory of this person? And why would that person be overseas if that's the case? Who knows? Yeah, I really do wonder what her origin is. Interesting. God, so this is the library. God. If this was here in the present day, it would be a historian's dream. Is this writing really hard to read or what? I mean, barley is a crop name. Maybe I don't really understand how you'd misread an N for an L though. That would be pretty difficult. Or maybe there's some sort of word that I don't really have any idea of the meaning of. Ah, I see, so it's a surname, okay. Ah, I see. So it really does feel like it's been collected by the generations of the house. This is really quite cool. I wonder what made them decide to move. Or was that the grandfather dying and them inheriting the house, maybe? What about the father, though? I'm surprised. That is fair, but at the same time, seeing your parents act to each other like teenagers rather than the rich, upper class members of society with lots of responsibility they are. I mean, let's be honest, I can see where he's coming from. Yeah, she's a good example. Yeah. And I suppose even though it is annoying, at least they can have that, and you know, it's not something that should be taken for granted, I suppose. So if they want to act like this, let them act like it. At least they have each other. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that interesting? You just have some sort of indication of a dark topic, and obviously he's said something wrong, so you just go to a discussion. Feels really quite distant, this conversation. He still probably doesn't know where she's from. Isn't that interesting? That subtle hint, because I'm assuming that if she says that she can't, it indicates that she's not truly from an upper class family. Yeah, so you rephrase that. What does this stew mean? What a weird word. Yeah, trust Windows search bar to give me anything but what I'm actually searching for. Deliberately avoid using. Ha! I've got a new track. Your father. Probably reminds her of her father. Just gonna have a bit of a break firstly. Right, okay, here we go. Let's view the content of this story and see if it gives us any hints as to what's going on with the white hairs girl's life. I don't know if it's going to have any connotation, but maybe there could be something that it's trying to tell us. I wonder. And if anything, ironically, that story really it really sounds like something that we would tell in the present, if anything. God, that's awful. Oh my god, it looks really unnerving. What an unusual... This window looks so much brighter than everything else, and if anything, it looks really quite ambiguous. I like that it's not clear as to what's what. How weird. This is odd. Jesus Christ, who would build something like this? Also, I suppose it is quite ideal for her. Yeah, especially considering... Oh yeah, I forgot her dislike to the sunlight. I wonder if that will be relevant to this. Yeah, that makes sense. You have nothing to be afraid of, you know, even though obviously it's not the most ideal way of living, you have nothing to be afraid of, so as a result of that it's easy to become content with it. Yeah, you are actually, it's quite interesting. And even if she wasn't doing a good job, let's be honest, Mel would be saying, keep going anyway. I really do wonder if this could be referring to her. I mean, it seems like it's... If it's not, it's thought of really quite well. But I think it's unlikely it's not her story. Yeah, you live life isolated away from the sunlight, and you eventually just become used to it, so much so that it becomes a way of life. Yeah, it's as if she's content with where she is, but her heart is content elsewhere, I think. Yeah, fair enough. I just don't understand who decided to do a design choice like that. I mean, if you're going to have a house, why would you make the only window that high up? And it begs the question of, was this building even intended to be used as a mansion? Could have been used as a prison, maybe. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so at first it feels like fear, but then it feels like curiosity. Yeah, because there is this life that, even though you're obviously comfortable in your own life, it's kind of restricting you from being able to partake in any other type of life. Exactly, yeah. And isn't it interesting that even though she's been here of her own will, now she views being in the mansion as being quote unquote imprisoned? No, I agree. You don't. It's just a life spent there. Now, I can't remember. Did she say she had parents? Or... all alone in the mansion? That's weird. I mean, if this is her story, what about her parents? And if anything, how can somebody be all alone in the mansion, especially in a time like this? I mean, you've clearly got wealth, you've clearly got someone giving you food and tending towards your needs. That's interesting. That's so unusual. What? God. Trust this visual novel to be able to make something that doesn't look really, really mysterious. Look at this dove. They made him look as scary as possible, or is that just me? Interesting. Of course. What an unusual story. In an ideal scenario, sure. Yeah, just for safety concerns, I see that. Yeah, the fact that she can actually write as well, isn't that interesting? I just wonder where her parents were. Why is this person all alone? It's such an unusual story. Because it feels like, sure, she's been able to have a life, but, I mean, for example, how has she been able to write with barely seeing the world outside her house? I just find it really interesting that she feels as if she's locked in her comfort zone so much, and obviously not wanting to experience the reality, that she writes letters. She goes through the process of writing a letter and then throws it out the window and then just hopes that somebody will get back. It's so pointless. I mean, it's just like, I don't know, entering something in the lottery. You're not going to win anything. And if you are, it's a very, very small chance. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Such a weird story. I just really wonder how she was able to write, given the conditions that she's in. I'm assuming that this story reflects her, I don't know, the fact that this person is a very reserved girl who doesn't go out much and obviously who has very pale skin as a result, and who might be allergic to the sunlight. I don't think that's true. Actually, I don't know. Well, I mean, this person here goes out because they don't like to, not because they're allergic. Or, well, not really allergic, but they get irritated by it easily. So I don't know if that's an excuse. Interesting, yeah. No, totally, yeah. This is the worst thing, isn't it? Ironic, this is just the dangers of internet-related things that, well, just a few hundred years earlier. Yeah. Do you risk your location? Words. These are just words. They could be written by anybody. They could be written by a murderer for all you know. You don't know who is on the other side of that letter. Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, in a creepy little mansion with only one window. Oh, I know, it's kind of, on one case, he might, but if he does, he's probably not worth your time because he can't accept you for who you are. It's hard to tell. Well, I mean, you could be both, to be honest. Oh, interesting. I wonder what would happen if she told the truth. This person seems kind. Sorry, his words seem kind. Exactly. Yeah, how do you know? I mean, obviously, as a citizen of planet Earth, I think you should do this because you only live in your own world and your own secluded reality. Obviously, not necessarily a problem if you're happy, but I just don't really think it's right. I mean, look at how sickly she is as well. Look at how pale her skin is. And the lack of vitamin D as well, can I just mention that? I mean, I'm sure things like those are going to give really bad implications for her health later on. No, I don't. Ah, okay. I'm surprised. Interesting. So it feels like this has been a real, what, I don't know, like a letter, a relationship that has begun by letter communication. Seems like it has had potential, but when it comes to when it comes to implementing everything that their relationship has stood for, they can't do it. So obviously, it's meaningless. And that's interesting. I bet you she confessed in this letter what her life is truly like. Okay, so the man comes. Oh wow. How dark. Ironic. I'd say that, but yeah. Interesting. Took his time to decide, but this is what has happened in the end. Prince, Jesus Christ. You've got to play very carefully. So he is a good man. Really? Okay, that was not what I was expecting. I thought there was going to be at least something that went wrong there. Because I would have thought, I think the initial description, it really felt like something that would have resembled her, but then, I don't know, it kind of goes off to a direction that I haven't really expected. Maybe she made this exact mistake, but then she needed to flee the person that she had been writing letters to because of the fact that they had been too deadly or dangerous or, I don't know, just untrustworthy. I'm surprised. Oh my god, I know, it's just the most cheesy equivalent of a cliche story, it feels like. Oh my fucking god. Stop. A little too old for the dream of love. Interesting. She's, look, maybe, how old is this person at a maximum? I'd say maybe mid-20s at the very most. Actually, I don't know. No, I'd say early 20s. Maybe not even that, I don't know. Well, very young. Similar to my age, really. She knows? Or did she figure it out? No, she does. It's funny that he wants to hide this. Well, Ernest, obviously, she thinks of it as a joke, and it's a nice little way for them to, I suppose, them to bond together, but it's not something that's true. It's good that he mentioned this, because it would have been very dishonest if he didn't. True. God, I just think it's so funny that a story like this could have only been told in a time like this. Just considering now that we have the internet, and obviously something like this is actually a really realistic scenario. But obviously, I don't think it would be possible to be able to text a prince online. You're lucky you picked up your letter. And you're lucky that dove did its job as well. Imagine if it didn't. So many things the love depended on. Well, the exchanging of letters depended upon. So if you lived happily ever after, why are you here without your lover? Yeah, totally. What's that? Is she running? Oh. What was that sound effect? Ah, oh my god. Holy shit, that's a bad time. How rude. She's so obviously not wanting Mel to confess, but why not? I mean, what's the problem with it? I mean, I can understand why the parents wouldn't want it. I don't understand why she wouldn't, though. I thought she would be supportive of anything. Oh my god. Yeah, and she takes up on the distraction as well. Don't blame him. Oh my god. It feels like this is a reoccurring theme of this story. Just anything important that you want to ask with this person, you just say it and then something else comes up. A distraction comes up. God. He tried so hard. He tried! Oh, I know. I think you just need to do it. A severe case. The fuck? What in the Higurashi? Okay. I'm a bit scared. What did he do? Okay, I mean, I get that he has an inability to convey his feelings, but he hasn't done anything bad. Okay, he may be a bit overbearing, but he's kind, and he doesn't try to force anybody into anything. He just wants to tell the other person what he feels. He's not doing anything bad. There's no way anybody would want to deal harm to him. And I don't believe, but at the same time, I don't believe that he's insane enough to hallucinate something. The heretic? How the fuck? What do you mean? Weird. Well, XXX doesn't necessarily indicate that it's 3 characters. The fuck? Oh. What? So this is what actually happened in the mansion with one window. What a line. So is this her mother, maybe? Wow. God, it really does look like a witch's tower. So unusual. I do wonder if this is Rose Manor or the other place. Unusual. Oh, is this a bad dream? Ah, okay. So why is he dreaming about this firstly? I just want to analyse a bit of what we've read and then I'm done for the day. I think this is ridiculous. I think there's genuinely someone there. I don't see. I'm sorry, but hallucinating someone like this, feeling as if you have a presence in your bedchamber. There is no way. You are too sane to hallucinate stuff like that. I'm sorry, but this person is the definition of sane. So I think there's genuinely somebody standing there, but why? And who? It's a bit unusual. So there's basically 3 people who have murdered somebody by accident. Yeah, what was that drink? That's so unusual. You know what? Fuck it. Let's analyse this and then we're reading on. I don't care. I'm too interested, to be honest. What is the time? Oh, I've got lots of time. A lot more time than I thought. Nice. That's good. Yeah, isn't that interesting? He is the one that is in this analogy. Someone like one man who's gonna go for a woman. But my god, I mean, what? What a proposal which has gone wrong. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So maybe when the white haired girl says the prince took care of her, maybe the prince's connections has resulted in her being a servant of this place so that she can experience employment, experience somebody, well, experience just a wider taste of society, maybe. Don't know. I just find it interesting that I just wonder if she did get this relationship with the prince and if this story is a full representation of reality. No, it's kind of a voluntary prison and confinement. Yeah. As if it was only these two and there was no outside world to worry about. Yeah, I suppose so. It doesn't necessarily have to be a reflection, but I suppose it could be hope. I see that. And I mean, if anything, she saw the outside world. Look at her ability to sail here from another country. I mean, if that doesn't show the fact that she's done this, I don't know what does. Yeah, so it's just really interesting where this story came from. I mean, just didn't necessarily say that father wrote the story, but oh, right, yeah. I totally missed this for some reason. Yeah, so that's interesting. What the father wishes for her, and it's kind of like a story. Yeah, it's a story that ends happily. And if anything, I think it's a story that shows that she's definitely calculated. She knows what she's doing. She recognizes possible danger, and yet she still has this relationship. Like, the relationship is not with somebody of a stranger. It's with a relationship. Sorry, it's with somebody she fully confirms the authenticity and, well, the authenticity of. For example, it could have been a really bad person behind that letter. It could have been one of these men. I don't understand it. The men never wanted to kill the witch. Oh my god, that's ironic. This is kind of like just a bad dream about maybe he has a fear of the witch of the mansion that is said to exist. Yeah, I can imagine. Interesting. I don't understand why his mind is so disturbed. It just feels like he's really traumatized about something. I mean, obviously he's stressed because he has this love and yet he's not able to communicate the most basic thing, but no, he's stressed, so maybe, I don't know, it feels like if there's something that's quite unsettling that you don't know the truth of, that's quite close to you, of course if you're more stressed you're going to be more stressed about that said thing, but why would you just subconsciously interpret it? It's really weird. But I think he's having these unpleasant dreams because of stress, but what's that going to do? It's just going to cause more stress, so why is he having said dreams? Jesus Christ. So, I mean, I wonder if the unholy one is the person that Mel was holding in his arms, and then maybe the stiff person was the cause. Yeah, I do too. God, imagine if it was his sister or the girl in white. Beyond my... Oh my fucking god, it's just like everything that was going on in the beginning with the white-haired girl. Interesting. Mel is being such a good person. Nobody has any reason to harm him, even if he is a bit desperate. So why is this happening, obviously? What are the true intentions of the maid? And I remember when she was saying after, well, after that awkward conversation, wait, when was it? Let me just fully confirm. Something about her true intentions. Okay, here we go. Yep. If I'm going to make my move, I must do so soon. What is your move? I don't have much time. Why do you not have much time? There's just something more to this person that we really don't know about. Oh my fucking god. The master in this house isn't around, so next in line would be him. I've got a really bad feeling about this. But at the same time, why do you have any interest in him? And the master of the house isn't around, but he is still alive, so why are you going for him rather than the master of the house? Oh god, I've got a really bad feeling about this. I think there is somebody actually standing there. And if I'm going to be honest, I'm sorry, but this white-haired girl, we know too little about her. Why should we trust her? There's no reason I can think of why I should trust this person. There's too many things that don't make sense about her. Because she knows that you're there. And, sorry, because she knows that you know that she is near you. Or whoever it is. Odd. What the fuck? Ooh. I really get the impression that this person is a night owl. That's why he can probably feel the presence. Because she's near him and she's thinking. What did his story truly mean? Maybe this is where maybe her intentions are misguided and Mel is where she should go to. White rope, holy shit, I didn't even know they exist. Wow. Ooh. What an interesting CG, can I just mention? Yeah. He was awake though, and he literally said, "Go away," to the presence. Who are you? Go away. So I don't think that's very true. But what would she have done had she snuck in. How'd she sneaked into the room? By the way, what's symbolism of white roses? Purity, innocence, timeless elegance. Okay. Kind of makes sense if you link it to love. But why? So she's clearly out at an ungodly hour, and so is White Haired Girl. Is she really omnipotent? Why? Who the hell are you? This is a really quite odd CG, but oh my god. It looks so cool. So unusual. Totally, yeah. What? That's really weird. What is the move she needs to make? What? Wait, what? What the fuck? This is so weird. I'm sure she understands. I'm sure she knows where you are coming from. But it did. Are you denying what you see? How weird. There is definitely a witch in this house. I think the witch is the maid though, not the white-haired girl. I don't know though. Okay, so we're getting flashback forward. I'm surprised that nothing else happened. That's so weird. Good point. This is a good point to end, if you ask me. Holy shit, that ending was so weird. Obviously, there is the big question of what is this white-haired girl on? What happened to her? Why did she move? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry, but we saw that happen with our own eyes. She did. There was no trickery involved, no human causes. No, we saw that. There's clearly something more going on here. The witches are... The rumours of there being a witch, I wouldn't be surprised if they're true because we have seen it from our own perspective. And that might be what the maid's role is. I don't know. But obviously, as you can see from this photo, they look very intimate. They look very closely connected. So I do wonder what's going to happen. But if they look very closely connected, then why is the girl in white not alive when we have seen her? Why is only the maid here? Actually, to be fair, we don't fully know that, but it might be likely. So it's either that the girl in white has... White girl. Let's just call her a white girl. I get that everybody's a white girl in this story, but it's just annoying to say the white-haired girl each time. Well, the white girl, she... Sorry, I got totally distracted. I forgot what I was going to say in the end. I suppose it feels like at the moment the story's just building up to seeing what happens with Mel and obviously white girl, and also just in general what's happening. It feels like Mel's becoming increasingly disturbed, and it's interesting that it's as if the white-haired girl's watching her, because obviously this has a lot of relation to her father and what he truly wanted out of her. So of course it is something that she would question with her utmost ability. Yeah, I really do wonder what's going to happen. I just wonder what the structure of this story is going to be like. I wonder if it's going to cover this Mel's story until obviously everything ends, and ends in misery, because it will, let's be honest here. But I wonder if it's going to end there, or if it's going to end with stuff in the present and hopefully learning about what the fuck this maid is all about. Look, seriously, it's so odd. Yeah, dodgy. Very, very dodgy. But I wonder, we did see some really quite interesting stuff today. Mainly just the development of Mel, really. I think Mel's definitely the character that's coolest in this. But Nellie's really quite nice as well. And the white-haired girl, she's really, really unusual as well. And I find it interesting. Why does she hold back so much on telling the truth about where she came from? It could be a case of the fact that this is a rich family, so she holds back so that she... There's no stigma around her. Or it could be that there is genuinely something she needs to hide. But I mean, why do they decide to do this voyage, and why do they have a connection with the family? Because there clearly has to be some sort of connection with the family for them to accept her as a servant. It's just so weird. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go. That was a really quite fun day, if I'm gonna be honest. I mean, very, very unusual. And it just feels like this is a really nice story, if anything, because now what I like is I feel like you're meant to be confused while reading this, but you don't really know what you are meant to be confused about, because you don't know if your confusion is actually the right confusion to have. Like, we've been so confused about the white-haired girl, but is she really the problem here? Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, but this maid just looks so evil. She really does. I don't know. Let's see what happens. It's going to be exciting. I'll see you guys tomorrow.